Morning, Josh FX here again. Okay, so I want to give you an update of um the trade that we have that we took yesterday, being Sunday. Yeah, so the trade that we actually had. Okay, I had a losing trade, and I also had a winning trade. There was one trade that I didn't post, and there's one trade that the one I posted, the boom 900. Yeah, the boom 900, yeah. I didn't I posted this one. This was a trade that we analyzed, but I took a loss. Okay, so one thing with taking a loss in Forex is when you take a loss, you have to learn from your loss. Okay. You have to learn from it. You have to be sure that, okay, see, I have taken a loss and that is it. So I didn't go through my plan. I didn't go through my plan. Okay, I think this should be the first time I would write down my plan here. I write down my plan here. Or no, the trading checklist. So, um, now my first trading checklist should be trends and maybe zone, support and resistance zone. Okay, I'll use that for the second one. Yeah. So after the trend, you have zones, or better still, okay, check my videos. I'll talk about checklist. Okay, I'll talk about trading checklist. And I think that's one of the videos I'll talk about. I'll talk about trading checklists. Let me write it down so I'll get to remember videos I need to post. I need to talk to you guys about. So, um, yes, okay, okay. Just so that I won't bore you guys with the information here, because this is strictly analysis and confirmation to take trades, and also what we do, we come back to check our trade outcome. So one of the mistake I made in this place was delete. One of the mistake I made here was, okay, look at what I was seeing. Already I had this zone here. So I was picking this one because I knew that this place was going to be taken as liquidity, but little did I know that even me, I would be taking out as liquidity. But then I'll show you the mistake that I didn't see, right? What made me lose this trade? Because I had to go back to check. So when you take a loss, go back and check why you are losing the trade. All right. So it makes more sense to you why you're losing the trade. So as at this point, we're here. This is on a daily time frame. We're here on this particular long bullish candle. So I was expecting market to come back around here to reject and give us our entry. Let's take our 1:3, 1:2. But then on daily, it's bearish, right? Because that's taken out this low. It's bearish. So we're waiting for a lower high so we can continue downwards. But then if you look at it on a what you call it, sorry, on a 4 hours time frame. Go back. I want to go back. I think we analyzed this. It wasn't yes, yeah, it was yesterday here. So that was it. If you look at it on a 4 hours time frame, before this market got to this point, it's already on a bullish time frame. 4 hours is showing bullish. So because it broke here, there's one rule I'll give you as an expo. Whenever market is going back, for example, like this, what you have here in this course of space, let me put this. In this course of space, what you have here, all this rundown. So market first gave you a push to break a structure here, and it's going back to tap on an order block or fair value gap area somewhere around here, right? Now, when you look at markets going all the way here, if the market hasn't, if it all the way along this line, if it didn't break, if it didn't cause a break of structure, like if it didn't go there as a trend, like something like this, as a trend, if it didn't go there as a trend, then if you just went direct upwards, if it goes like this as a trend, then you have to make sure before you would enter, it's coming down as a trend. It has to break a low. It has to clear this low or clear this low if there was no low here from. It has to clear this low. After it clears it now, then you will now wait for a area of interest to push back downwards. So this here will be your entry after the low have been cleared. So meaning you have to wait for a low to be cleared. That's the normal basic rule of trending markets, right? One of the chart structures. So if it does this, then fine. You have to wait for a trend back or a break of structure back. But if you just go straight all the way from here to here, no trend line broken, once you see the rejection after it touches that point, once you see the rejection of it, maybe you see your entry pattern, you see the rejection. Once you see that rejection and your entry patterns, just take the trade and go, and it will play out. All right. So this is one of the things I've noticed on the chart so far. So um yeah, so this was the issue I had here was along the line of the retracement, it had trends. So what I should have waited for was once this market had given me something like this, if this market had come back down, like to this low here now that is spacious, come back here and broken. Then once I see the break below this point, I'll take it from anywhere along this line here. Maybe to come back and tap in here. Then this will be my taking before it before I start riding it down to maybe this last low here, right? So I would enter through this point and join it down. But if I don't see something like this that had a lower break of structure, I shouldn't be in the market. So I didn't check that. I didn't check that to confirm my trade. All I did was I knew I had my order block here and I knew this thing was going to be liquidity, right? So all I did was I entered this trade. I didn't see it here. I saw it on this particular candle. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a retracement and this one will be the one to push it down and we'll enter. Even when I saw this engulfing, I was like, okay, market is going fine. We are in. But oh boy, how market flew away from that point, bro. How market flew away from that point, man. It was just alarming. But then I had a compensative trade. I had a trade that compensated me for my loss, right? That was VIX 50, Velocity 50. That was a sweet trade. It gave me this is why you have to apply risk management in whatever you're doing. I lost one here and I made 1:3 in my other trade. So you get, so I had made back my profit already. So this is the trade I took today. What's going on? Okay, yeah. So this is the trade I took today to replace that one, right? So already from a higher time frame, market was here, right? Market was just somewhere around here. But this one is today, so let me just put it here. Yeah, market was somewhere here, and I knew that this is already a downtrend. So a retracement is likely to happen, which this is also one of the trade I'm waiting for to trade it back down, right? A retracement is also going to happen on this trade. So I need to wait to see the retracement. So I was going to follow or ride that retracement back up. That was my point. I was going to ride that retracement back up to this point. So I had to look for sensitive areas where I could ride the retracement. So I didn't see this price at this point of this low touching. No, I saw it around this particular candle here. I'll put another line so you see what I'm talking about. I saw it around this particular next yellow candle. Should I make it blue? Okay, blue. Yeah. So I saw it around this blue candle, this particular candle. That was around what time is it? Around 9, yeah, 9 in the morning. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can catch something here. I went down to 1 hour. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I went down to 1 hour and yeah, this was where I was seeing it. So already I knew that market is already doing things like this is a low, right? And this is a high point. So market is retracing. So it's going to retrace to this point here, to this zone, this area, because this was a place where it broke out from. This was a place it broke out from, right? So it's either it's going to retrace to that point, and I knew it's actually going to retrace to that point because I was now seeing like a drop, little drop. So I had to break it down again to 15 minutes to see what we have there. Now in 15 minutes, right? At this area where market broke from, this is the area. This is the area where market broke from. Yeah, this is the area where market broke from. So I knew there was normal support and resistance strategy, right? So it's going to do a break and retest, then we'll keep going. So I saw this market here. I saw the candles pulling. I see this is one of my entry strategies. You have three candles on the area, right? Before taking off. Once it's 3 weeks on the area without breaking that area before taking off, then that's one of my entry strategy. So another one of my entry strategy is um, rejections when you have this bullish candle, big bullish candle, break above this low here. Yeah, break above the low. If I zoom in, you will see the low. But yeah, so look at it. If you look very well, okay, I think I should draw a line. Yeah, I think I should draw a line. This line is not straight though. Let me just straighten it up. Copy, paste. Okay. So, okay, I guess it's straight now. All right. So if you look very well, I'm putting it at the low. So if you look very well, you see this this particular bullish candle broke above this one. So it indicated the presence of a buy chart, right? A buy pattern. So buyers are in now, buyers are coming with full force. So that's one of the um, confirmations, which is this zone we test. Now the next one is there's a breaker block here. This is an order block that broke this one. So order block is already engineered by break. So when you see an order block, you know it has to, what makes it an order block is the break of structure. So it broke at this point, broke at this point. Sorry, my dog is just loud. Yeah, it broke at this point. Yeah. So that makes it an order block. So this order block has turned a breaker block. So if you notice how market keep tapping on the edge of that order block, tapped first time, rejected, and this three rejection before this push. So when I saw that, I knew that I actually entered twice on this trade. So when I saw that, I knew that this is a viable trade. I took it in. It almost scared me, bro. Like I almost shit my pants on this particular trade. Well, my stop was way below this point, like these three pins. So because this is an engulfing, so my stop was way below that point. So what I did was shut up. So what I did was, sorry about that. My oh shit, this dog is going to spoil my meeting now. Luna. So what I did was, after I entered that trade, see how deep this market had to go, like to scare the hell out of me. I was like, man, what's going on? What's going on? But I'm seeing this thing. This thing is perfect. Perfect entry. What's happening? I already took a loss on one. I can't take a loss on this. Like a lot of, a lot of emotions. So, but this is why what you do is when you enter a trade, you just set it and forget it. Like one of my mentors would say, like what's his name? Alex Gonzalez. So what he will always say is set and forget. So I would have set it and forget it, but I wanted to see the outcome. So later, I saw this star, this beautiful morning star that presented itself here. So I took a second trade at this point, here. I took a second trade at this point here. Remember, the first one is 1:3 at most. 1:3. Let's see where 1:3 is. Let's just say here. Okay, so that's 1:3. So when I took this one, I took the trade to the last point. My stop was just somewhere here, somewhere around here. So I took the trade to the same point where this thing is. to the same point because I didn't want to risk trying more. But so I took a beautiful profit margin. It was a beautiful profit margin. So I took the first one on 1:3, which I made up all the losses that I had. And then I took the second one. So the second one was like a boosting. Okay. So I risked 1:3 here, made it 1:4 here, made it. So it was overall like 1:7, 2:7. What I say? Oh, same thing as 1:7, anyways. So overall, it was like 1:7, and I lost one, and I got like 7 times of what I lost. Okay, so this is it for now. If we're doing okay, this trade particularly, I have a bias that I'm waiting for on this particular trade because then the retest has happened here, the retest has come back here. But just like the other trade, I had to learn my lesson. Just like the other trade now, right? Since we're already on bearish move and on 4 hours, it's bullish because there's this high here. There's this high here. Let me take out this trade that I've taken. So there's this high here. Hold on, give me a minute. Yeah, so I have to take all this off. I don't like confusing my chart. I like to leave my charts clean. Okay, so there's this high here, yeah, that market broke out from. It formed a high, came down, then broke out from the high, right? So because of the presence of these alone, I wouldn't want to trade this market without seeing either a candlestick reversal pattern, a pure candlestick reversal pattern on 4 hours, or a change of trend, right? A change of trend. And the pure candlestick pattern has to like break below all these points and below the last structure. If it's like a evening star, I have to see like the bearish engulfing. If it's like an evening star, I have to see the last candle break below the wick of the middle candle. You get if it's an engulfing, the engulfed candle has to break below the wick of the candle that it's been engulfed. Okay, so that is like a proper full-time confirmation that this market is going to sell. So for now, that's what I'm looking at. I think I have one more that I'm looking at. Okay, I took a loss on this 900. Am I still looking at it? Oh, no, no. I think, okay, no, no, crash. This is crash 900. Yes, I was looking at crash 900, but this is a short trade. Just going to be a very short trade because already I don't know what this market is doing here. I'm not sure because it's still bullish. Overall, it's bullish. This is bullish. It came and tapped all this fair value gap area. It pushed. So overall, it may still be shooting up, up, up. So I'm just taking a very little trade if I see it come down to any of this point. But I know, well, this point might be juicy. So it might take it as liquidity. But there's a point below here. If you check on a lower time frame, I think 15 minutes, you can say, yep. So on the 15 minutes, this could be a liquidity for it. So it has formed 15 minutes, it has formed this here as a liquidity. It has formed this here as liquidity. And it's possibly forming this too as another liquidity. Okay. So, but then there's this other block here, which is just below the zone. So I feel you may want to take off all this liquidity now. You may want to take this off, take this off, take this off, and come here and bounce. Probably go as deep as touching the middle of this point before taking off back. So I'll be waiting for it to um do something. So I'll leave an arrow. Let's the arrow. I'll leave an arrow here to see what it does, to see if it obeys this rule. So we're looking at crash 900. Get ready. We're looking at crash 900, boom 900. I think that was a trade I used to explain my bias here. So it's no longer in my radar. I have to take it out. VIX 100. Am I looking at VIX 100? Oh yeah, I'm looking at this pair as well. So on a daily, this pair has already created a, a break of a low. So there's a change of character here already. So what we are looking at is going to be a potential downtrend. I don't know yet, but then on the 4 hours too, it has broken a low. So on the 4 hours, it's coming back to retest anywhere around here that it broke as a low, anywhere around this point. So it's our range is between here and here. Yeah, that's our range on the 4 hours between this point and this point. So if you look at on a 1 hour, we have sorts of liquidities here, different types of liquidity here. So I feel on a 1 hour, we might see a lot of breaking of this liquidity coming back here to tap somewhere here before dropping, okay? But we have to watch out to see how it tapped on these places, on this place, and how the entry, which entry pattern formed there, okay? So we have to we have to see it, we have to see that pattern and see if we can take a trade from it. Okay, so that is it for now. Is there any other one? Okay, no other one. That's it for now. So remember, we're still looking at this pair, VIX 50, on what it's going to do here. There's a break here already. So the next 4 hours candle that stop coming up is by 5. I hope I'm going to be awake by that time. Well, but so yeah, that is it for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Okay, for now, enjoy. If you can take the trade, take it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification. Don't forget to drop a like and comment. Let me know, like I always say, let me know the trade you want me to analyze next. I will look at the comments and I'll do the analysis, okay? So have a nice day and enjoy your week. Happy New Week, by the way.